Hey everybody, it's Dave again. Last week I was talking a little bit about the three things that buyers can do to kind of land that house, and I was continuing to think about buyers this week. I'm thinking about buyers a lot this year because it's been kind of a rough year for buyers. The spring was as competitive as we've ever seen it. And then earlier this week I was reading an article that came from the National Association of Realtors, sent out kind of several weekly e-newsletters, and the gist of it was that now this fall might be a great time for buyers to get back in the market. That everything's getting a little more competitive for them. You compete a little harder and compete a little more successfully. And I mean, I know there are buyers out there who, they tried in the spring and they really got kind of shell-shocked by what happened. They were writing offers and were putting inspections in tens of thousands of dollars over list price and they weren't getting the deal. And the gist of this article was that that's changed a little. And I think that's actually true. Now, the National Association of Realtors article was a nationally focused one. All their stuff is. But I think it is true in the Madison market too. What they were saying, that inventories are higher now than they have been. And what was a problem in the spring was often a lack of inventory. There just wasn't enough houses for people to buy, for the amount of people who wanted to buy them. We've seen that improve a little bit. Interest rates are still low, and we've seen much less competition on houses, rather than 15, 20, 25 offers, which literally was happening in April and May, to, a more reasonable 2, 3. A couple weeks ago, I even got some folks an offer on a house. First, we were the only ones. That happened actually recently with a condo for me too. First weekend, we wrote a list price offer. It was the only offer they got, and we got the deal. So it is possible right now. And I do think that the article is right. And I think what I'm seeing in the market, it's true. If you were out in spring and got kind of blown away by everything, come on back in and get into it again, because I think you probably will have an easier time. But more generally, the other thing I was thinking about is fall is often a good time for buyers to get in. And especially as we get deeper into fall. If you can find a way to if you've got your financial house in order, you can get your pre-approvals going. If you want to get out October, November, even December, you're starting to get, now the inventory is usually a little lower then, because people generally aren't going to put their houses on the market in November and December if they can avoid it. But if they can't avoid it, it's often because they really got to move that property. And that can be a really good time for a buyer who is willing to get out there then, because lots of other buyers aren't. They've decided to wait it out now. Holidays are coming. They're doing things. Get out there in November, December, and you might be able to land something you couldn't have landed 2 months before, or you might not again be able to get in 3 months after that. Because once people start to get in, last year I would say the spring season, this is true, started the middle of January. It got nuts immediately. So if you're sitting there thinking, man, we still want to buy a house, but I don't know, it was really crazy, I would suggest get in now. Start thinking now and try and get something in November and December when the competition for buyers is really low, usually, because people have their minds focused on other things. So if you can be that kind of very strategic buyer, now would be a great time to do it. That's all I have for you this week, but think about it. If you're thinking about buying a house, give us a call. Now is a great time to really start thinking about it. Other than that, have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.